Hello and welcome back to Practice English with Sarah. Have you ever felt that sinking feeling when you're in a foreign country and you just can't find the right words? You're at the airport, at a restaurant, or trying to ask for directions, and suddenly your brain goes blank. You understand what people are saying, but when it's your turn to speak, nothing comes out. You feel like a couch potato stuck in your comfort zone, while your friends are out there being culture vultures, exploring the world and chatting with locals. Well, if this sounds like you, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're going on an adventure together. We're going to practice essential English phrases for traveling. We'll cover everything from booking a hotel to dealing with emergencies. By the end of this, you'll be ready to swap that couch potato status for a culture vulture mindset. We're going to make sure that the next time you travel, you're not just a tourist, but a confident communicator. So let's get our passports ready and dive in. Our first stop is the airport. This is often the most stressful part of a trip for many people. You've got your bags, your passport, and your ticket, but what about the language? Let's start with check-in. The most common phrase you'll hear is passport and ticket, please. Or maybe, do you have any luggage to check in? You'll need to answer simple questions like, what is the purpose of your trip? Or, how long will you be staying? A quick and easy answer like, I'm traveling for leisure, or I'm staying for 10 days, is all you need. You might also need to ask a question such as, is this gate number correct? Or, do I have a window or an aisle seat? Remember to listen for keywords like gate, boarding time, and seat number. Once you're through security, it's time for some much-needed relaxation. But first, let's talk about a classic travel hiccup, the lost luggage report. If your bag doesn't show up on the carousel, don't panic. Head to the airline's customer service desk. You'll need to describe your bag and give them your flight details. You can say, I'd like to file a lost luggage report. They'll ask for your bag's color and brand, like a red Samsonite suitcase. You might also hear, what does your luggage look like? Or, do you have a description of your bag? Be prepared to provide details like, it's a small black bag with a yellow ribbon tied to the handle. All right, we've made it out of the airport. Now it's time to get to our hotel. If you're using a taxi, you can say, could you please take me to the Hilton Hotel? Or, how much will the fare be to the city center? When you arrive, the conversation continues. You'll be greeted with, welcome to the hotel. Do you have a reservation? You can respond with, yes, I do. The name is Sarah. They might then ask, could I see your passport and credit card, please? At this point, they'll give you your room key and directions. You might hear something like, your room is on the 3rd floor. The elevator is just over there. Don't forget to ask important questions like, what time is checkout? Or, is breakfast included? Now that we're settled, it's time to eat. Let's practice some restaurant English. When you walk into a restaurant, you'll be asked, how many people are in your party? Or, just one? You can say, a table for one, please. Once you're seated and ready to order, the waiter will ask, are you ready to order? Or, can I get you started with anything to drink? You can order by saying, I'll have the pasta, please. Or, I'd like a glass of water. After your meal, when you're ready to leave, you can simply say, could I get the bill, please? Or, check, please. This is a phrase that everyone understands. You can also ask, is the service charge included? To make sure you're not double tipping. Next up, let's hit the streets and practice asking for directions. This is one of the most common situations where your English skills will be tested. You need to be clear and concise. A simple way to start is by saying, "Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the museum?" Or, "I'm trying to find the nearest subway station. Could you help me?" You need to listen for keywords in their response, like go straight, turn left, turn right, it's on your right, or it's on the corner of. These simple phrases are your best friends. It's also helpful to repeat back what you hear to confirm, for example, "So I go straight and then turn right at the coffee shop." This shows you are listening and helps you avoid getting lost. What about when you're out shopping? Let's practice some shopping phrases. You might want to buy a souvenir, or maybe you need to ask for a specific item. You can say, "Excuse me, where can I find t-shirts?" Or, "Do you have this in a larger size?" When you're at the checkout, the cashier will ask, "Will that be cash or card?" And, "Do you need a bag?" Remember, in many places you have to pay for bags. You can say, "Card, please," or "Yes, I need one bag." Let's move on to something more serious: emergencies. We hope this never happens, but it's crucial to be prepared. If you're feeling unwell, you could say, "I don't feel well. I need a doctor." Or, "Could you help me? I think I'm having a medical emergency." If you've lost something, you can say, "I've lost my passport. What should I do?" Or, "I need to report a lost item." Phrases like, "Where is the nearest hospital?" or "Is there a police station nearby?" are also very important to know. Finally, a bit of socializing. A big part of travel is meeting new people. Simple phrases like, "Where are you from?" or "What brought you to this city?" can start a great conversation. You can also talk about your trip. "I'm having a great time here," or "I love the local food," are excellent ways to show enthusiasm. You can also offer a compliment. "Your English is great," which is a nice gesture. So there you have it. A quick start guide to traveling with confidence. We've covered everything from airports to emergencies. The key takeaway is to not be afraid to speak. Even if your grammar isn't perfect, people will appreciate the effort. Start with these phrases and build on them. Don't forget to practice them out loud. The more you speak, the more natural they will become. You can even try role-playing with a friend or just by yourself. Pretend you're at the check-in counter. "Passport and ticket, please." And then answer yourself. It might feel silly at first, but it works wonders. Remember, the goal is to go from being a couch potato to a culture vulture, and the only way to do that is to practice. So keep practicing and get ready for your next adventure. Until next time, happy travels and keep practicing your English.